Hare Krishna. So, welcome to Sanskriti Sadhika Circle. So, today is our first session. Guest speakers is session, and speaker is Radhika Mataji. And our topic for today's session is living with compassion and empowering yourself and others. So, values are very much necessary for us because values shape our personality, our decisions, even our uh, life is based on values, especially in our relationship and personal growth. Values play important role. So for this month, we have kept the theme as a compassion, and Mataji is going to speak on compassion. Just like in last week only, we have celebrated Gaur Purnima, and Lord Gaurang Mahaprabhu's compassion was the compassion for everyone, each one for us. So, considering, I thought that this theme is very much important, so that, and this is the basis of our human life as well as a in all aspect of our life, whether it's a personal life, our social life, or our professional life, and even our family life. In all aspect, compassion is very much important. So Mataji is going to speak on compassion. So I just want to introduce Mataji in in few sentences. So she has done MSc in chemistry. She was professor in Ruia College at Mumbai, and all of us know Mataji for her children books. There are so many books, know about Krishna, more about Krishna, devotees of Krishna. There are so many books she has written for children, and even for girls preaching also. She has like she is guide for me for girls preaching also, and she shares so many experiences, and I learned so many things from us. So definitely she is very respectable and inspirational devotee for me. So, Mataji, it's over to you. So, we want to hear from you.
Hare Krishna. I'm so happy to be with you, Kumilasini Mataji, all your young girls. You all are really doing a lot to encourage and inspire each other. And when we are introduced, usually we feel that, acha, itna bada introduction diya, is this me? But I'm just humbly saying what little I can share with you all, because you all are the ones now who are in the field and very, very active and doing lots of things. So I'm very happy. Uh, So we'll just start with the statement. If somebody asked you, if you saw a person giving some food to a beggar, will you say that what a wonderful compassion the person is showing by भिखारी को खाना खिलाया? But then if you go close and see, अरे जो सूखा पुखा टूटा फूटा था, he is just feeding that just because बचा कुचा था तो भिखारी को दे दिया. Is that compassion? Little compassion, at least उसका एक टाइम के लिए पेट भरेगा. So that can be considered compassion. Then there may be somebody who is giving charity to some poor schools, and helping them with the giving the second hand textbooks and helping them a little bit. So you say this person has given, is more compassionate. They is worried about the children's education. So similarly, we can see many, many problems. Some people think, then itna sab garibi hai, ye sab need hai for so much money, then why are you constructing such big, beautiful temples? That much money can be used, caring for the all jhumparpatti people and all, kuch to unka chalega. But the answer is no. The compassion for the human body, kitni der chalega? The person will not give up the bad habits. The person is not, you're not doing long term benefit. The real compassion we can see from the saints and sages. That, so I'll just refer to our founder of ISKCON, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He was very comfortable in Vrindavan. He had finished his responsibilities. But due to the compassion of his heart, he, he was writing, translating all the books into English, holy books, And at the age of 79, all alone, was on a cargo ship. They didn't have mobile and laptop. हम लोग को कोई बोलेगा ना that you keep your mobile here and just go to Mumbai or to even go nearby anywhere and say, Ane, if I get lost, if something happens, I need my mobile, I can't live without it. Because social media has become the big need for us. But just think, 79-year-old Srila Prabhupada, he took the cargo ship, he suffered heart attacks. All alone, he went to America to share the real compassion, which is compassion for improving our life. They say, Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. So that's the real compassion. We have been going up and down in the Brahman, the spirit soul keeps on going round and round. And in some lifetime, by Guru's mercy, by the mercy of spiritual master, and we get Krishna's, to enter into Krishna consciousness. And by Krishna's mercy, we get the Guru mercy. So that's the real compassion. When Srila Prabhupada went over there, the people they were hippies. उनको कुछ भी नहीं पता था. They were only taking drugs and just lying on the ground, rocking, dancing, acting crazy, doing all funny things. And Srila Prabhupada, nobody knows what he's come here to do. Nobody cares. Nobody bothers. Acha, some sannyasi has come, some swami has come. He started encouraging them, started giving them lectures because he wanted to improve every aspect of their life. Slowly and slowly, they started understanding and they gave up their bad habits just because of Srila Prabhupada's real compassion, long term compassion, not just temporary compassion, like we just give the beggar and just move away. He would cook at this age, he would cook. He had one or two people who wanted to little bit help, so they might donate some fruit and vegetable. He used to cook for all the hippies, call them, he would offer the prasad and feed it. That prasad is mercy. So that's a real compassion. And they would eat and they didn't have anything, who sucha, jutha, care, manners, nothing. Because they were so hungry and addicted. So they would just eat, throw all the plates and just go back. And Srila Prabhupada's care and kindness and compassion is to sit and wash all the plates, clean all the floor, and be ready, to serve the next meal. So prasad is mercy, kripa, compassion of the Lord. So we'll just briefly see what we get. Are we getting this type of compassion here now in India? And what are we doing with it? So Chaitanya Charan Prabhu has written a very small booklet, a little bit based the talk on that. That temple, why we need a temple. So when we come, the first thing we get when we enter the temple, we feel the vibrations. Why are the vibrations so nice and comfortable? Because of the divine power of the holy names and the Lord standing there in the form of the deity. So it is said that for the atheist person, he thinks when he sees the deity form of the Lord, he thinks that, oh, this is just a statue. ये क्या है? किसने देखा भगवान ऐसे दिखते हैं? Who knows? And then when the person proceeds a little bit more in spiritual life, they start thinking, that is like us, we think, oh, Lord is looking so beautiful, pink dress, blue, Radharani ka smile, dekho, this, that. We start imagining that how Lord must be actually looking in the spiritual world. And when pure devotee has fully taken the Lord's compassion in his heart and living that life, they actually can feel presence of the Lord and they can talk to the Lord, they can hear what the Lord wants, they can, because they're fully surrendered to the Lord. So that's why their compassion for all human beings reaches, very high level. Because first we were saying about he is written TEMPLE, what we get from the temple. So the first is we get the peaceful atmosphere, and then we get spiritual education. So somebody will ask, why do we have to have spiritual education? We are struggling so much. मेडिसिन इंजीनियरिंग ये सब कर रहे हैं. टेम्पल लाइफ अलग है एंड एजुकेशन इज सेपरेट. But the spiritual education, when we hear that, then when we get the education, we should know how to use it. जैसे कि हमारे पास अगर पैसे हैं, small child को आपने बहुत सारे पैसे दे दिए, he won't know how to use it. So same way, the person, even if he is educated, he won't know how to use it. He is thinking that I became a doctor, बस अभी मुझे patients चाहिए and I will start earning money, lots of money. I will exploit the people and I will start earning money. So this was not the cause, the spiritual education. When we hear the lectures, and we understand, then we know that it's okay, Lord, and because of Lord's compassion, I've got this knowledge. And because I've got this knowledge, now what will I do? I will help everybody. My seva, my service is to make the people fit and fine and very active and very healthy. They will not try and exploit. So this is that compassion in practice. How Mataji said at the beginning, just understanding what is true compassion. So the people who are educated, the leaders of society, when they go to the temple, then they start understanding, oh, all the talents, all the facility, all the education and money, everything which I have is actually a gift of the Lord. That's Lord's compassion for me. And मैं कैसे उसको use करूंगी? What I do with that education, with that knowledge, with that talent, what I do is my offering way of saying thanks to the Lord. That is the gift in return for the gifts which Lord has given us. So this is again, like Mataji said, the practice of the compassion to reach out to all human beings. We start understanding that the spiritual education tells us that I am I'm a soul and everybody around me, rich or poor or young or old, koi bhi caste, koi bhi jaat, everybody is a child of God. I have to show my compassion for them. How are acharyas and saints and sages? They just used to go to forest and they would be praying for everybody. They would, and just by their prayers and blessings, we get the compassion for others. If we watch what they're doing, and the medication, M stands for medication. So the medicine to purify our hearts, as everybody already knows, is the chanting, powerful chanting of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this is called the Maha Mantra, the great chanting of the holy name. It helps to cleanse our heart and awaken that more love and compassion for others. It is not कि मैं chant करूंगी तो मुझे बहुत फायदा होगा, भगवान मेरी सुनेंगे, I'll pray for myself. No, as the as we keep on chanting, more compassion for our fellow men, for all people around us, वो और जागृत होता है. We want to help more and more. And it is said, some people say, मुझे इतना टेंशन है, घर का करूँ, के बच्चों का करूँ, के जॉब का करूँ, and now you're saying ये करो, जब करो, ऐसे करो. उसका भी आंसर है. They're saying, if somebody gave you 5 kilo weight to carry and said, इसको पकड़ के रखो, after some time we can't carry that weight because our arms will start paining. But so if we keep it down and we rest and we relax and our arms are not so tired, then we can continue carrying that load. So similarly, जब हम spiritual activities करते हैं, it is like resting our mind, all our other organs, and everything is focused on listening to the message of the Lord. And we get again rejuvenated, we get the energy, and we continue our services. It is not that somebody जब मंदिर में आके बैठ के means you just be lazy and think अरे अभी प्रसाद मिलेगा ये वो, I don't have to do it. No, Krishna gave Arjun all the message of Bhagavad Gita, and in the end he didn't say it. Acha, I am the chariot driver, so now I will drive your chariot. He said, no, now I have given you all the divine spiritual knowledge which you need. Now you get up, pick up your bow, and continue the fight. So same way, our compassion spreads to all human beings, and the mood to serve everybody increases more and more. Whatever talent we have, whatever we can do to uplift somebody, to bring them to the temple, to help them in any way, that's the compassion of the devotee which has been passed down to parampara, through blessings and mercy. Not कि हम लोग बहुत compassionate हैं. No, we are all still identifying ourselves with the body, but at least we are starting the journey. They say the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. By encouragement of all devotees around us, by hearing the spiritual discourses, by humbling ourselves by doing some seva in the temple. Slowly and slowly, the mood of compassion, of helping others, of giving them some uh, foresight or encouragement to go along the spiritual path, that is the biggest compassion. That is the biggest compassion. They say the simple analogy in Bhagavad Gita is given that how the uh, driver and the car. So the car is the vehicle which takes the person on a journey, and the driver is the person sitting inside who drives the car. So the body is compared to the car, and the soul, जो आत्मा है, is compared to the driver. Now the to run the car needs petrol. But will that petrol satisfy the driver inside? No, he needs the proper nourishing food. So the outside materialistic facilities and whatever we have is to satisfy the needs of the body, but the soul is hankering for something else. When they get the spiritual nourishment, enrichment, and compassion of all devotees in the form of lectures, services, prasad, then the soul is rejuvenated, and then the journey of the spiritual life continues. And that is the biggest compassion that we can give to all those around us. This was just a very short introduction. So I hope that I could share some nice thoughts. So again, I'm saying that TEMPLE, temple, you get the tranquility and the peace, you get the spiritual education, you get the medication, that means the medicine of the Holy Name. We get purified by seeing how everybody is living and what, how selfless they are. We get the love for our fellow beings, and slowly love for the saintly people, love for acharyas, and ultimately love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we get engagement. That means all our senses are used in a useful way to uplift humanity and to purify ourselves. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So thank you, Mataji. So do you have any questions? If any one of you have some questions, you can ask. It's not necessary. It could be related with this topic only. Any like related to chanting or relation with devotees, anything you can ask. Yes, fine.
Hare Krishna Mataji, am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
So Mataji, I have two questions. One is, as a student, it's very difficult to manage our time. And sometimes we skip, 16 rounds when the exams are near. So how do we keep ourselves motivated to do this? And secondly, uh, how if we are living in a family where there are non-devotees and I am only the one who is in Krishna consciousness, but how do I make them understand that it's important to pray, it's important to take his holy name and surrender to him? Because in this life, like अभी तो ऐसा बहुत है कि मतलब everyone is into business है, पैसे चाहिए, पैसे कमाने हैं, how to get money at home, but no one understands that the basic necessity अगर fill हो रहा है तो हमको बस उतना काफी है, but people don't understand this. So how do I make them understand?
Okay.
See,
So
for
yeah,
your
first
own
question.
first question, for your own family members, actually, because of our father, mother, brothers, and sisters, हमें बहुत कुछ मिला है. We got the culture and the sanskar, and we are born in a particular family. And now, because we have come to Krishna consciousness, we have been very fortunate. But that doesn't mean that we have to start, criticizing them or telling them. When you are, instead of, they say for our own people, सबसे best प्रचार है अपना खुद का आचार. Our behavior is the best form of preaching to family members. If you become humble, polite, you're looking after, helping mommy a little bit in the kitchen, keeping your things neat and clean, welcoming your father or whoever is coming in the evening, offering them, like, then they'll say that, you see her nature has changed so much. माँ कितना प्यार से रहती है, अभी चिड़चिड़ नहीं करती, गुस्सा नहीं करती. अच्छा, what is she following, which is helping her so much? आप समझ रहे हैं ना what I'm saying, बेटा?
Yes, Mataji.
Don't, because usually what happens, हम लोग in that Josh wala mood, we start telling our parents that, hey, why I heard the lecture. It's not, कांदा लहसुन खाना नहीं चाहिए, और जब करना चाहिए, और ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए, ज्यादा टीवी नहीं देखना चाहिए, all that. That our parents are the ones who have done so much for us, है ना? So we also owe it to them. So, if we are very kind and caring and gentle, then slowly and slowly they will start, wanting to know what you're doing. Let them be the ones to, ask. Child can't preach to the family members. And also, what was the second question, about your studies? Your prime duty is as a student that you have to find time to, do your studies properly. अगर 16 नहीं होते, whoever is guiding you or leading you, you can share this. See, maybe at exam time a bit less or whatever that is. In a personal situation, I don't know how you're managing your time, but I'll say that being kind and caring to your family members, grateful to them for what they've done, and doing well in your studies because that's your duty as a student. ये दो चीज, please remember
Ji, Mataji. Thank you so much.
that.
Yes. Any other question? Yeah. So, Madhuri, actually, you can share something. Uh, I have heard you have seen Srila Prabhupada. So, what was your like? When did you see, and what was your experience?
फिर आप लोग सब हंसेंगे ना if I tell you.
No, not half.
Because we had many relatives from north side, Delhi, Punjab, and all, and they used to come to our house. We were the only people who were staying in Mumbai, and my father was, having a nice post and position. तो सब guests को हम लोग लेके जाते थे घूमने के लिए मुंबई. And my mother used to stay at home and say, मैं I'll cooking करती हूँ, and me and my sister, so father would send one car and driver and we would घुमाते थे. So we used to have that thing, कि जब मंदिर में लेके जाते थे in those days, हम लोग एक मुंबा देवी मंदिर है, महालक्ष्मी मंदिर है, and forgetting the name, which are very famous in Mumbai. So हम लोग टेम्पल लेके जाते थे, तो वहां उनको लेके जाते थे. एंड जब जूहू बीच पे जाना था, तो इस्कॉन टेम्पल जूहू जो था उस टाइम था बना हुआ, वहां लेके जाते थे जस्ट टू शो कि देखो अमेरिकन ने कैसा मंदिर बनाया है. वाह, तो how we look at museum or showpiece ना, वाह देखो ना क्या बनाया है, क्या बनाया है. एंड एक बार ऐसे हुआ, इतनी भीड़ थी, and everybody started saying, we didn't understand anything because हम तो ऐसे sightseeing type में ही थे all relatives. And suddenly, ऊपर in the balcony got, there's a ऊपर where Prabhupada ji used to give darshan, and a lot of crowd was gathering and they were all looking up. So we also looked up, and there Srila Prabhupada, I just remember seeing, just this much, and it was बहुत भीड़ थी. And sorry, but our reaction was, everybody said, hey, चलो चलो बहुत भीड़ हो गई, भागो इधर निकलना है मुश्किल हो जाएगा. So we just looked up once. We had taken darshan of deities and we ran back to the car. But then they say sometimes the glance of the pure devotee also. There are many other funny things which happened before I became a little bit involved in spiritual life. But आज यही बताती हूँ. So that was good darshan. Correct darshan, follow, yeah, just getting the mercy, glance. But whatever the pure devotee does is done. I'm very happy that all of you all are taking so much interest in spiritual life. It's going to help you in every aspect. Like Gundi Lasni, I'm really grateful that you've taken this responsibility. सबकी मदद कर रहे हो, सबको encourage कर रहे हो. She's so sweet and kind and caring, है ना, girls? You all are happy with such a wonderful teacher.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Or sometimes she's a little strict, or no, she never shouts and gets angry. They don't know what to say.
Yeah. 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 Mataji, actually, I want to ask you some questions related to chanting. So,
Yes.
how to focus more on chanting while chanting?
Oh, see, some people focus on chanting by saying some prayers, or some people have some quotation about the glories of the holy name. Or online also, we get many japa talks in the morning. You know, the brahmacharis and all, they hear the japa talk, something of that day, that how, which inspires us. Because to be honest, अभी तक हम लोग वैसे नहीं बने like Goswamis and Haridas Thakur के. We are getting the relish that that हमें बहुत that we get tears in our eyes and our hands tremble with इतना joy. Right now, because we are neophyte, we are sadhakas, so we are practicing. So practice makes us perfect. So you know, some people, they recite the, or they read out the 10 offenses, or some people focus on one offense per day. As you all feel comfortable, that means just to you know honor the holy name, get ourselves in the mood, pray for help from the Lord. Paramatma in that heart is always there, and Lord knows that this time it's little difficult for us. Just like nursery KG के बच्चे जब ABCD लिखना चालू करते हैं, थोड़ा भी लिखता है, and everybody gives clap and teacher gives golden star and all. So similarly, we are struggling like them. Slowly and slowly, we do a few rounds. Then Lord encourages us. If we are a little sleepy, some people will keep water glass, or some people sprinkle on the eyes. Different methods. Lord will know that at least we are, it's just sadhakas, and we are entering spiritual.
Hare Krishna, am I audible? Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. So, Radhika Mataji, actually, I think
Yes.
there was some internet problem from my side. So,
Okay.
yeah. So, next, Mataji, one more question I want to ask. How to show, because our topic was compassion. So,
Mm.
how can we show compassion in day-to-day life or with anyone else?
Because uh, we should try and be kind and caring to everybody, even the poor people, the servants, the people who are dealing with us, younger children, older children. That is, we should, if we start slowly and slowly seeing everybody as children of God. Everybody is the same Satchidanand spiritual soul, and everybody, and in so many places in Shastra we hear that Lord says that I am the seed giving father of all. So if we really and sincerely believe that, Lord will be very pleased when we are kind and caring to all his children, then that compassion will come in us. And also, Harinam Sankirtan, they say, no, Sankirtan, Sang mein. In Kalyug, none of us is in such a situation that we can alone progress in spiritual path. We need everybody's help. So the way is sometimes we help others, sometimes we get inspired by others. Sometimes people know that that for some reason some problems are taking place, so they will show their compassion by calling us, inspiring us, encouraging us. Same way we have to always be on the lookout that any of our friends, she needs some care, she's having some difficulty, she's not getting much time to come to temple. We can share so many things, wonderful quotes and some inspiring stories. We all will be helping and needing each other and all helping us each one to progress along the path of spirituality. That's true compassion, not trying to use anybody for our own selfish purpose, but to be in that mood of servant of the servant. At least try and be in that.
Yeah, yes. Thank you, Mataji. So you have completed
Thank
like
you.
many points you have covered. First, you have started with Prabhupada compassion. Then Hare Krishna Mahamantra, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is also compassion for ourselves only, and it is for others also. So one more question is there. And Nikita is asking, what exactly is Vaishnava Aprad? Just what exactly is Vaishnava Aprad? Is it committed only via words or criticism?
See, one small sin, I'm just giving a little example. See, sometimes we may forget it was Ekadashi and put something, one grain in our mouth, and oh, I forgot it's Ekadashi. Or I did only 15 rounds yesterday, I forgot one round. See, these are little offenses, not, these are like small sins or, lapses, mistakes which we have committed. That's different. But when we do some aparad, that means we are trying to spoil somebody's spiritual life. We are trying to spoil his name. We are trying to pull him down. We are, by our envy, we are making some remarks to spoil his name. So because somebody with that, the thing is, what happens is, जो हमारे अनर्थ है, we have got, when we join spiritual life, it's not that we leave all our anger, greed, lust, envy outside. Pure devotee nahi hai. We are trying to dovetail that. We are trying to use that in Krishna's service. That okay, if I'm very fond of singing. Now I'll try and sing in the kirtan. At least I'll do that, or whatever I'm doing. But generally, it is noticed that along with that, sometimes we become little proud of what we are. And if somebody says, "वो कितना अच्छा गाती है," we'll say, "अच्छा गाती है? अरे लास्ट टाइम तो भजन का टीम पूरा ही रॉन्ग था." अच्छा, मुझे तो लगा बहुत अच्छा, that. So this is, we are making it uncomfortable for somebody. We are trying to spoil that person's name. These are offenses and Lord doesn't forgive you. तो छोटे मोटे other mistakes which I mentioned ना, कि एक राउंड रह गया, भागवतम क्लास में थोड़ी नींद आ गई, गलती से एकादशी में नींद, these are things which are our mistakes because we are not perfect. But when we are deliberately planning and doing things to bring down somebody's name, especially prajalp and gossip, that means we are, we are saying it just to spoil somebody's name. This, we have to be very, 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 very careful of doing it. And if we have some senior guide or um, somebody who's guiding us, like a counselor or leader, we can share our heart. We have to come to terms के मुझे भी कीर्तन करना अच्छा लगता है, माता जी का प्लीज मुझे चांस दो, बिकॉज जब मैं उसको देखती हूँ, मैंने सिंगिंग ज्यादा सीखा है, पर मुझे चांस रियली सॉरी, बट मेरे अंदर मन में होता है, and then that person say don't worry, ऐसे होता है, when your time will come you will also get a chance. आप समझ गए? Don't pretend that we are very good, goody on top, and अंदर keep that little envy, jealousy, then it bursts out as a अपराध. better we share our problem with somebody. आप समझ रहे हो? If we, because we all कभी गुस्सा आता है किसी चीज पे, कभी आलस आता है, कभी envy आती है. We all have it, but we have to know, okay, come face to face. I have this, and Lord, please help me overcome it. Some people give the method that you go and talk nicely to that person and lovingly to that person, so that that person जो उसके अंदर और आपके थोड़ा क्लैश हो गया था वो अपने आप चला जाता है. Or we can beg in front of Lord that Lord please forgive me. जब भी मैं उसको देखती हूँ मेरे को ऐसे होता है. I don't want to commit any offenses. I want to please you. Please give me the strength to overcome that.
Okay,
Is
Mataji.
that
Next
okay?
question
A bit
is,
difficult.
mm, yeah, actually you answered very nicely. Is it committed? Is aparadh committed only via words or criticism?
No, criticism, action, words, because how to say it. I'm saying very humbly because we all have committed some mistakes. Generally, जैसे होता है, supposing some garland, people are all Matajis are making garlands together. Some people have the tendency, they know that which are the best roses, which are the best flowers. So little bit, I'll take the best ones. So this is also knowingly or unknowingly, this is also apart. Why everybody wants the best flowers? Why I should quickly take them? That is, I've committed an aparadh with the action that mera garland sabse acha hona chahiye. I didn't even speak anything, but I did an action, I performed an action which is going to means I'm thinking my garland is best. You be honest. Do you think the Lord is going to see किसने ज्यादा चार गुलाब डाले या किसने शेवंती डाली या किसने मैरीगोल्ड डाला? Then according to that, Lord is going to be pleased. What is Lord tasting? The nectar. He's tasting or relishing the devotion in which that garland has been made. है ना, हमने शबरी के बेल, हमने सुदामा के पोहे. So many stories where just the love and the care and devotion is attracting the heart of Lord. Not कि मेरा garland सबसे बड़ा अच्छा लगे. I will take the kartal quickly and start singing. So it can be done by action, by criticism, by words, by just making faces, just ignoring somebody. कोई बात करने आ रहा है and I keep on talking to somebody else. That means also I'm ignoring. So I'm not said anything, but just my body language is showing I'm looking like that. आप समझ रहे हो? So many ways these are our unconscious negativity which is coming out by action, by words, by criticism.
Okay, so actually I want to something add to this. So even
Yes,
our aparadh, which we are doing at thought level, because you know what happens, whatever we think, we speak, and what we speak, we act. So it starts from thinking also, thought. So that's why what we are thinking, that we should be very precautious. So before it coming to words or action, it starts from our mind. So that's why when the thought come, that time we have to analyze it properly. Exactly what I'm thinking. Is it a right or wrong? Like sometimes if we are saying something or doing something to solve the problem, it is okay. But what is the intention behind the words or thought or the action? It is very much important. And another thing, so whatever the thoughts, even many times when we are among the devotees, we are there, that time many thoughts keep on coming. So we should be uh, like try to find out what is the good in that person instead of finding out what is the bad, or what we should reduce the fault finding tendency and try to appreciate what is good in others. So in this way we can solve the our problem of criticism and Vaishnava Aparadh by words.
Very nice, very nice.
Uh,
This is very good because that time our mind and intelligence, like you said, then the thought comes. When the thought comes at that time, you said, no, we should at once know this wrong thought has come to me. So, I have to snatch this thought, not because though somewhere it is some Shastra is saying, Kalyug is the place where Khali thought tak aa gaya na and didn't become the word and action, it is still forgiven by God. If we realize and, just keep quiet.
and another thing, one more thing I want to add. Like in Kali Yuga, actually, there are so many thoughts in our mind. We are engrossed in so many things. So automatically, many times at thinking level, many aparadh happen, but they are forgiven in in this Kali age of this Kali. So at least that mercy we have. But definitely, we should try to focus and analyze whatever thoughts and avoid committing aparadh and avoid those thoughts also, even though they are forgiven for us. So, Mataji, one more question is there by Nikita only. Actually, she has asked four
Sorry,
questions.
can I have one more point? Suddenly I remembered for this point.
Yes, yes, Mataji, definitely.
One, at least for Matajis, we have this little gossipy habit. So if three people are criticizing, Are wo devotee ne aise kiya, she went there. Supposing I am there, I may not say anything. Acha, hai? That means I should be aware when the gossip is happening among the devotees. I should avoid that association at that time. Because, but deep down they say the mind is like a monkey, mad monkey, likes to feed on all this. So that avoiding those type of associations is also another helpful way of avoiding. Sorry, I just added, but now your next
Yes,
question.
Mataji, thank you. So, one more question is by Nikita only. How can we maintain tolerance for prolonged period of time?
Oh my God, Trinada Pisuni very, it is very, very difficult, but we can first, if we admit in front of Lord, I have made so many mistakes. How my parents looked after me, how my so many people tolerated me, maybe in school, in college, or what was my nature. I could have taken more better decisions. Many, have my reality that who am I and how I'm trying to improve, and Lord is tolerating me. जब के नाम पे आधा जब करते हैं, बीच में thoughts are coming, and I'm falling asleep, and then what not I'm doing, but still Lord is tolerating me. इतने, so many, like they say, we have imperfect senses, and that's why we are in illusion, we make mistakes, and we are cheating tendency. We all have these four things. Kam ya jada, we have it. We like to just justify, कि मैं ठीक हूँ. This is a, sorry, I forgot what was your main question.
Tolerance. How to maintain tolerance for prolonged period of time?
So I'll just share one example which happened many, 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 many years back in Kunj Bihari. I won't say names. Those days, we were a very small congregation. So all us young Matajis, we were very young that time. We used to hang around in the temple because सब हम लोग भी like little boss type ही थे. Whatever, we used to think कि अपना ही घर है. So once Krishnanand Prabhu, that time he was temple president, एक morning में कुछ program होके चुका था. Evening program was going to take place. So some group of us were just hanging in the like just waiting and all. So Krishnanand Prabhu, he doesn't like to waste time. So he started taking a small lecture. So we all sat over there. And during that lecture, just a small talk about holy name, and he started saying, am I audible?
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
So
Mataji.
then he started saying that even if we're doing wonderful service, even if we are, helping in temple management, organization, district, whatever we are doing, we should remember that we should never harm or hurt or make the any other devotee feel bad. With their angry words or shouting loudly or किसी का दिल नहीं कभी दुखाना चाहिए. Now we were a small group, and there was one Mataji who was sitting behind, who was known for slight, she used to do a lot of seva, but she was very rude in her speaking. So always loudly, "Abhi tak kyun nahi hua? Jaldi kar," like that type. That was her style. So what we few Matajis at the front, how girls have a charm and ladies have a way of just, you understood ना? We were आंखों आंखों में हम लोग एक दूसरे को इशारा कर रहे थे कि पीछे बैठी सुन रही है क्या? Every time she's so rude and she's so angry with everybody, सेवा करती है but इतना. So we were all making faces to each other and without saying, signaling to each other कि पीछे बैठी है. So then we said, in our heart we were thinking, आज हम लोग तो फाइट नहीं कर सकते, she's so bossy type. तो आज वो लेक्चर में थोड़ा शॉर्ट लेक्चर सुनेगी तो it will be so nice. And we were smiling and looking. And then it ended very fast. So हम लोग छोटा group था, तो quickly we picked up our bags and we were walking. And she came running from behind and she said, अरे आज जिसको होना चाहिए था वो है ही नहीं. What do you understand by this?
It is for others.
That means we have to tolerate because sometimes the सामने वाला doesn't even realize कि मेरी आवाज rude है. That is just their nature and style. And we all looked at her and हम लोग के मुंह खुले के खुले रह गए कि हम सब इसके बारे में सोच रहे थे and she is thinking of somebody else that वो आज होना चाहिए. Then so I'm saying when we think we are tolerating somebody, sometimes that person's nature or they don't understand or they're having some difficulty or problem, so they're rude or they're rough or they may be having some under say some personal tragedies going on or some problems. So we should give them benefit of doubt and tolerate everything. क्या फर्क पड़ता है उसके साथ क्या चल रहा होगा, we don't know. So if we do it like that, it will help us to tolerate people.
Yeah. Yes, Mataji, very nice. With actually real example, you have tried to tell us how to tolerate. So should I have something to this?
Yes, you are most welcome.
Yeah, so tolerating, actually, if we always remember, like I am servant of Krishna, and whatever things I am doing, it is for Krishna's pleasure. So this, the one who is to whom I am tolerating, that may be for my purification also. And keep on tolerating, like in this, like if in this mindset we are, so automatically we can tolerate to whom we are tolerating. So our purification, we if we consider our purification as a priority, then it will be easy for us to tolerate for a long time. And another thing, we should tolerate others because they are also tolerating us. Because unknowingly, we don't know who is tolerating us for what things. Because it is very easy to see faults in others, but to introspect ourselves and see what mistakes I am doing, it is very difficult for us, like the one who is committing mistakes. So that's why we should tolerate others because they are also tolerating us.
Very nice.
So, Madhuchi, one more question is there. How can we stop being critical of others? Last question of Nikita. Actually, 3, 4 questions were there.
How can we stop being critical?
Be critical of others.
This is also a very tough question in the sense that just like what you said now, like Vilasni Mataji, that we don't know who's tolerating us. We are finding faults with others, but This fault finding tendency is always in us because we think that we are very perfect in whatever we do. Somebody who's doing more or doing less, we think you're too much. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? I mean, it's we. If it is like if three girls go shopping together and one girl and they say, "Chalo mall mein ghumte hain," and say, "Let we're buying." So when they come back, one girl has got in her basket just few pamphlets and posters and one or two things. One girl has brought four, 5 packets, and one girl has got 15 big packets. So now, what will each one think of the other? The one who the one who bought very little few things will think, "बाप रे, ये लोग ने कितना spend किया है." The one who got medium quantity, she'll look at the other one and say, "कितनी कंजूस है, इसने कुछ लिया नहीं और इसने तो कितना पैसा उड़ाया." And the one who's brought maximum things will think, "अरे, ये लोग मॉल में गए तो कुछ भी तो इन्होंने लिया नहीं. देखो मैंने कितना कुछ लिया है." So each one is thinking that I am the one standard, I am the perfect one, I am right. जिसने कम भी किया मेरे से वो भी गलत है, जिसने बहुत ज्यादा किया वो भी गलत है. But I am the standard. That is it's a natural tendency we all have, and which has to be slowly overcome. Like you had said earlier, starting to see the good qualities in others and trying to please the Lord by whatever seeing those good qualities and begging the Lord to help us to tolerate. How so many saintly people like Haridas Thakur and of course Goswami, their tolerance level was beyond what we can imagine. But so many of our leaders, how much they tolerate when all Maharajas who are falling sick, yet they take devotees for yatra, and again they are, some devotees keep on asking questions, and they are very tired and very exhausted, but they just to please the Lord they remain sitting and go on and on answering and helping, never being critical, just taking it as a personal service. So again, one drop of that care and compassion, and we understand. After all, we have come to material world because we have forgotten Krishna. That's why we are here. But if we want us to understand our spiritual identity and move ahead more towards lotus feet of Lord, then we'll have to stop, comparing and criticizing and always talking rubbish about other devotees.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank
Actually,
you so
your
much.
class was very enlightening and all, and like here we got chance to ask you some questions, and we also received very like convincing answers. So thank you very much for being with us. Uh, is there any question? Anyone has any question apart from this now? Okay, so I think we'll end here. So
Yes.
thank you very much for everyone for joining this session. And every month we'll call one guest speaker. That time you can ask questions. Even whenever you get any question, you can write down whatever your question is there, and you can ask in this forum so that you will get answer those who are very experienced people. Because here, those who are the guests, we are going to ask call senior devotees who can answer our question with their experience. So that Mataji has shared her experience, even her from her personal life. So we get and we learn many things from their life also. So thank you, Mataji, for being here. And now we'll
Thank
end
you.
here. Hmm?
Thank you so
Yes.
much for engaging me. We have the experience only because we made so many mistakes, which we don't want you all to make those same mistakes. We want you all to progress, go far, far ahead, and reaching lotus feet of Lord. Yena kena pukare Krishna padaravinda. Prayers and blessings for your beautiful group. Thank you so much.
So thank you. We'll end with Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvaiva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. So thank you, Radhika Mataji, Vishnu Priya, Bhakti, Nandini, Rutuja, Payal, Sanskriti, and Nikita. So see you next week. Next week we are going to introduce ourselves, each other. So be there for next session next Friday at the same time. Okay. So see you next week. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna
Hare Bo.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.